What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we are outside the castle for Nuno Caro. Let's finish off the Japanese arm of the Templars, shall we? You will do nothing. Well, apparently he'll do a lot, because I can't hit my goddamn parry. There you go. Okay, enough. Screw the parry.
Face me!
In here, I have no interest sparing anybody. Everybody working for Nuno Caro is just dead. That's why I'm playing as Yasuke, not as Naoe. I'm just gonna butcher my way through this whole fortress. Everybody who wants a piece gets a piece. Rated E for everybody right here.
Castle in the clouds. Way up. I smell
So this episode is going to be chock full of a whole lot of combat for you guys, because I'm literally just going to kill every single person I run across in this castle. Clear every courtyard, every encounter. They're all just dead.
Nuno Caro, I am coming for you. There is no way you can run. I should take a look. Dive on. Something is not right. Make your peace.
The age of the Peppo. What are you going to do about it? That's how your fucking leader dies. We need the alarm bell.
near. Can you feel it? It is the sins of your past given form.
So, she helped him.
Yes, senor. It was a bloodbath, and she was nowhere to be found.
Didn't expect the giant to be the one that gave her a voice. Like a wagon following the donkey.
I would say let's do this you and me, but I know you're a coward, so you'll likely leave them to die for you and run away.
Speak of the devil.
You will answer for what you did.
You speak as if we know each other personally.
We do.
Oh, it was the mother.
It's all right, Mama.
Nuno Caro!
I'm guessing they killed her and threw us overboard. That's how they found us on the wood.
Who sent you?
No one, Senor Caro. No one.
You want to explain something? Maybe tell them that the storm blew it off the desk.
Please! We saw nothing! We saw nothing! Ah! Mama! Ah! Ah, Mama! Mama!
It's of your own choosing.
Assassin got himself killed to save Yasuke. That's how he knew what the blade was. When he saw Naoe with it, which is why he spared Naoe way after.
Diogo?
Yasuke!
It was necessary. I had to set an example to the others. Your mother's death taught everyone how I felt about insubordination. Everyone except you, it seems.
Consider how I have cheated death twice in your presence. Consider the lives I have claimed to get to you. And then, consider how you will speak of my mother.
So, what do you want, Diogo? Revenge? It will get you nothing, I'm afraid. We have the regalia already.
Not for long. We will make sure of it.
We? Diogo. I was sent here because no one else in my organization cared enough. And look what I accomplished. Look around you, Diogo. Everything you see here is mine. This land, its resources, its people. You should understand that better than anyone.
If you know what honor is, you will face me alone.
He's a coward, like I said. He's gonna run.
Caro.
There is no us, Diogo. We are not of the same kind. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Told you. Coward.
My friends,
Bitch ass.
the bounty for escaped slaves will be honored today, but only dead.
Run. It will serve you no use.
Kill him, so we can focus on what really matters.
Bitch ass.
Kill him. Remind him of his place.
You wanna die for your master too?
There he is! Then you will not fail me like the others! You cannot win!
I am greater warrior than you. You cannot hide from me, Caro.
Dio! You need to let it go,
Bitch, please. What did they say? Soldier dies once, coward dies 1,000 deaths. The hell did he go? bad Master Templar, running away from the escaped slave. Isn't that what he called us? All those men, and not a single one of them capable of doing shit.
Stay away, Diogo. Let us settle this like civilized men.
You know nothing of civility. You talk too much.
Killing me will bring your mother back, Diogo. Think. Please. Diogo.
The begging is quite funny. Like that would ever happen. You could say please a million times and it would never mean shit to me. Take his head. Put it on a pike at the front of the fortress.
After you killed my mother, I kept my desire for vengeance in my heart. In the same place I once held thoughts of her. It kept me alive, nourished me, to get to you today.
Then, it's yours. Vengeance. Not that it will bring her back.
It is no longer mere vengeance I want.
Then what is it? What is this all about?
A declaration of war against the Templar Order.
You are serious? My God, you're serious. What makes you think you can win?
Because we are united in the defense of our home. This country, so shaken with strife. The people are victims to it. But together, they will be unstoppable. We will be unstoppable. We live by this code. And it is because of my league that I know what I must do.
And what does killing me prove?
That no one is untouchable. That even you are just one blade of grass in a withering field. And when you die, no one will remember you. Your death will only ever be a message to your compatriots. One that says you should fear us.
We will hunt you down. My group will send everything at you.
They will try. We will be ready. And they will discover everything is not enough.
This isn't over. It's the beginning, in fact. The beginning of your end.
It is done.
Declaring war on the Templars. A fool's errand. Goodbye, Diogo.
My name is Yasuke.
And your name will be stricken from history. Rest in peace. bad we couldn't do worse. Wait, are you being for real? That's it? Hold on, I thought I was gonna go back to the Hattori Hanzo quest after this. What about the mother? Are they trying to ship me DLCs for this game? Because you're an asshole if that's what you're doing here. Like, we killed the Templars. Like, I understand all that. We just finished Yasuke's story. We did not finish Naoe's story.
My demons have been silenced. At last. I am honestly not sure how I feel. I should return to Tomiko. If anyone can knock sense into me, it is she with that broom.
Likely. What do we have on the objective board? Oh, we get an assassin's thingy for Naoe. The end of the Templars. Really, huh? We're not gonna get closure on the whole mother situation? Ay, ay, ay. Don't do that to me. It sold that whole thing to me like we were gonna get some closure on this. You're telling me that... No, let's just wait. We got the credits, maybe there's more. Let's hold off on the mass complaints here. For a second. It's not time to run until it's time to run.
Ah, you've returned. Both of you. It's strange, Tomiko, to feel this way. Done. You're not dead. Your work is done, but you are very much still here. Celebrate. Breathe. Rest. There will be time for more work later.
But what is my work? Protecting daimyo? Fighting battles that are not my own?
It is the work of living. Building a life and harvesting the fruit. There will always be people in need. You are one of them now. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. It is good advice.
I hope you'll take it too.
Point taken. You and Yasuke should take a moment to speak with the others. They will be pleased to see you back healthy and whole.
What do you think? Do you want to talk to the others, or should I?
Let Naoe do it.
You go ahead. I will speak with them later.
Hey,
It has been a long journey, my friend.
it's a lot, isn't it? How much we've seen and done together.
Together. And apart. There are things I have done that I have yet to reconcile.
Why didn't you tell me? My rage, my reasons. They were plain. If you'd told me more, I could have helped.
It is not like that, Naoe.
Then what is it like?
When the Shinbakufu killed your father, you knew that you would hunt them down. You were driven, focused. You knew you would find them and bring them to justice.
Yes.
For me, for the men who wronged me, I never thought I would see them again, except for in my nightmares. So when I came to this place, I buried it all. I rebuilt myself through strength and service.
Until you found them. Here.
It was a strange gift, I think. To be able to release all that I had pushed away. The depth of my anger surprised me. And now, the void that it has left behind.
I know how you feel. But that space, when the rage leaves, it makes room for something else.
What?
That's for you to decide.
Well, we got plenty of allies rolling around this place.
I am glad to see you have returned, teacher. I knew you would.
There were times I wasn't sure I would return myself. What makes you so confident, Yagoro?
We are the Kakishiba Ikki. Nothing can stand in our way. But as your loyal apprentice, it would have been my duty to avenge you, should you have fallen.
Well, thank God
So,
that didn't
I'm
happen.
glad
huh?
you did not fall.
Thanks, Yagoro.
I don't think it's gonna give us my my closure on Naoe's mother. I think they baited DLC with that. And I gotta be so for real, that takes off a whole lot of points.
Are you back for good this time, Naoe? No more danger?
Well, every light casts a shadow. But for the moment, I'm here to stay.
Yatta! There's so much I can show you! I've gotten even better at painting.
I think,
Especially detail. I practice a lot
man,
on
my
Auntie
final
Tomiko.
thoughts on this game are actually coming out a little
And how
sour,
did
I
that
think.
go?
She asked me, why do you make my face look so old, Junjiro? And I said, because I've gotten better at painting. And then she hit me with the broom.
I'm gonna collect my thoughts a little while we talk to
But if
these
you're home now,
last
that
couple
means I can practice on
NPCs,
you.
and then
Yatta.
What else can we do?
I'll try and put it all together at the end here.
Yasuke, come, look at this.
What's wrong?
Did a tanuki dig up your root vegetables again?
No. This. I didn't see anyone.
Neither did I.
You wouldn't have.
Since your birth, I have watched you, Uchibashi Naoe. You have grown and changed in ways that surprise me. But more surprising still is the way you have changed me. I had thought hope was a useless thing, a burden to be cast aside. But in you, I finally see its strength. Hope is not a stone to weigh you down. It is a foundation on which to build. In exchange for this gift, I offer you two in return.
What's this?
The first is a symbol of what we will become. And the second, well, suffice to say, I have a lead. Tsuyu is closer than we imagined. Hattori Hanzo.
Oh, that's it then, huh? Rip the other companions, I guess.
Will you go to him?
No. He'll find me when he's ready.
And your mother?
I'll find her. When I'm ready.
I will be here.
Junjiro will never let me hear the end of it if you weren't.
He is dear to me. I want to protect him. Always.
I know.
Found you!
You finally took off my new hood, I see.
Auntie Tomiko made me. She said I'd hurt myself running around with it falling over my eyes.
It is too big for you.
It is now, but maybe I'll grow into it.
Are you sure you want to? It's a big job.
I can do it. Anything is possible.
There was some Ezio's family in there for a second in the music. Which I was thinking about. I think this is the first Assassin's Creed where we haven't had a version of Ezio's family in it. From the cultural music that's in there.
As long as this land remains divided, the Kakushiba Ikkyu will protect its people.
And that's the epilogue. I know that thanks to the achievement I just got, so we don't get any closure on that. They baited a DLC. We do have an anomaly though. Well, while I quickly check this stuff out. Ground attacks. Sure, let's just equip the new Assassin's gear. Does look pretty. I suppose while we go figure out this new anomaly and get the real world wrap up to all this, I'll try and give some of my thoughts. Boy, the tone of this title is, well, to be blunt, it's all over the fucking place. There's some very bizarre decisions they took here, and of course, as is the Ubisoft way, there is, whenever they take a win, they also do it in a way that's a giant fucking L. So, let's try and take this step by step. Let's start with the open world, because I genuinely think this is the best open world simulation that Ubisoft has ever made. The weather system is phenomenal. I mean, the snow will literally melt under your feet as the sun comes up with the seasons. The vegetation and the shrubbery all changes. It's very cool. Just running around exploring this game is very beautiful. It's the most beautiful open world sim they've made. And the weather feature, the seasonal thing, more games should do that in an open world sandbox. I genuinely believe that. Putting that to the side, let's talk about the writing. I think the story writing of this game was getting benefit brownie points because I had just come off the back of playing Dragon Age the Veilguard. And the writing in Dragon Age the Veilguard is atrocious, so when I first started this game, off the back of that, it felt like I was experiencing somewhat of a palate cleanser. Towards the end of this game, however, the further away that I have gotten from Veilguard, the more I realized that that's exactly what was happening. I think Naoe is written pretty well in terms of front-loading. We got her origin story. I was invested in Naoe's hunting of the Shinbakufu from pretty early on. Yasuke, I had a little harder time connecting to. I didn't connect to Yasuke until, shit, like more than halfway through the game. And the open world sandbox is definitely not designed for him. Playing Yasuke in the open world as you're doing all the side content like shrines and things like that, it is miserable. This game is definitely designed for Naoe outside of raiding castles. Raiding castles is like the only thing Yasuke is useful for. Everything else, Naoe is just way better. To the point where it's unfun to play as Yasuke when you're doing the other things. Yasuke did end up being written pretty well though. The whole thing that we just found out this episode with his mother and the Templar arc. And then even the assassin stuff, and learning about Naoe's mother. Those 2 points in the story were the most interesting to me by far. The Templar and the Shinbakufu thing, that was all great. Sorry, no. The Templar and the assassin things. The Shinbakufu storyline actually turned out to be quite disappointing. I was invested for maybe the first 3 kills. After that, it seemed like they had just kind of rushed them and that they were having a hard time coming up with justifications as to why you should be killing them. Shit, towards the end, we even dropped the investigations and we just started, like, running into their home base and knocking them off real fast. In terms of content here, well, let me just quickly wrap up the story, actually. So, I don't think the Shinbakufu storyline was written very well past the first 2 or 3 targets. That became very chore-like and something I wasn't super interested in. Mitsuhide was pretty good. The RPG elements here, as per Ubisoft's design, are just pretend. You don't really have a choice. Look at all the people we were forced into sparing. The home building was cool, I guess. I'm not sure why it was here, because it didn't play any effect. I mean, we had our home base max level, but it never got attacked, it never got raided. It never really affected anything gameplay-wise. It was just a distraction, which ultimately is what this game is full of. I mean, look at all the stuff that I didn't do towards the end, and look at all the things that I did do. The world is just full of distractions. He had to pad the time out. I mean, we finished this at around 80 hours, and let me tell you something else while we're on that topic. There is, and this is not a complaint that I would usually levy as a complaint, but here I will. There is too much here. So, this was okay. This was a pretty good narrative. This was a good narrative. This was actually a really good narrative for Yasuke, and that this questline made me care about him more. But the rest of them around here, this was good too. This was about a child slavery ring. But a lot of these, like, this was just random Ronin terrorizing people. There wasn't much here. There wasn't much here. You could trim the fat out of a bunch of these and just stick to the good ones, like the Yamabushi, Nobutsuna's students, the Corrupt Daikan. You could have dropped half of these. The Godai Shinobi was an interesting one too, but the rest, it's all filler and none of it's very good. That shit, I didn't even bother with these. That's how much I felt like that I just stopped. I just quit bothering. Too much filler. There's a lot of filler here. And I think if I would have just mainly played the main narrative, not only would I have not had any of the points to get these skill trees, because in order to make you spend even more time before you progress, they make it so that you can't even level up your skill trees without doing all these orange open world objectives, just to waste even more of your time. There's a lot of time wasted mechanics here, and whether that's to funnel you into the store, or they just felt like padding it out, or the world was so big it felt empty so they had to jam things in. I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know the solution, which is if you make a world that's so big it ends up feeling empty, you make the world smaller. You don't fill it with bullshit to waste the player's time. That's my honest opinion on that. I did enjoy the open world content for the first couple areas, and then I got fatigued real quick, and eventually just gave up doing it. By the end of this game, I was very ready to be done with this game. And the quest lines I did enjoy, like I said, the Templars with the Yasuke, that ended good. I'm satisfied with that quest line. The Assassin's questline thing with Naoe's mother, I'm not satisfied with that. That left more questions than answers, and it's clear that they did that for a DLC bait. Not a huge fan of that. The other games got expansions, but it wasn't baited like that with an unfinished storyline. Either they ran out of time to write that, or they just felt like... I don't know, maybe they had so much confidence that this would be a hit that they were going to get multiple expansions. As per Ubisoft's fate currently, I'm not even sure if that is going to be happening, so I guess we'll have to see on that. The tone of this game is also all over the place. There's some like spaghetti western-esque stuff going on here, which culminates in these awkward lines, weird voice acting decisions, really strange camera angles, and it kind of jumps all over the place. Like, I remember I burst out laughing when we killed the Golden Teppo because of the way it just zoomed into her face and she got headshotted in black and white without even a boss fight. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that just seemed very strange to me. I feel like they didn't capitalize on the tone they could have gone for here, especially with the Shinbakufu.
I have to stay low.
The whole masked villains that secretly run from the shadows. I feel like they missed an opportunity there. The music, I think they missed with the music here too. I couldn't tell you a single memorable track from this game. The only time that I ever caught myself listening to the music in an interesting way was right there at the end when they played a little snippet of Ezio's family for like 3 seconds. So there's not even much to write home about the music here. I mean, it wasn't offensive. Well, actually, no, sometimes it is. Sometimes the music has this really weird hip-hop tech aspect to it that's just not Japanese at all. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, the one that just played when we were fighting Nuno Caro as Yasuke, what the fuck was that, you know? So, the music is gonna have to be like a 5 out of 10. The gameplay loop is very, very simplified. We gained some things, like the ability to prone, the ability to grapple hook right here. But we lost a lot of combat mix-ups in order to just, I mean, you've seen me play the game, right? You know what I was doing. I was just sitting back and waiting for the parry, doing the flip over the head and calling it a day. I did not put much effort into the combat system here at all. It literally became a 2-button game, which is not a compliment. I think the combat in most of the other Assassin's Creeds is just better than this. If I'm being totally blunt. I think it's just better. One thing I won't criticize too much is the microtransactions. I know a lot of people are quite upset about the store in this game, but honestly, ignore it. You don't need it. It's never relevant. They never push it down your throat. And in fact, it gives you an opportunity to get some pretty cool things for free if you're stubborn enough to ignore the store like I am and then just do what you gotta do. That's what I did. So, honestly, in hindsight, the stealth is really fun in this game, but there isn't much variations. I mean, Naoe has like 2 different finishes. She either flips over their head and slits their throat, or she stabs them through the chest. There's no really cool combat animations here. It's all the same. I think Yasuke has... he has the one where he drops into their knees and cuts their head off. He has the one where he shoulder checks them, and then the one where he just straight up like slices them. So he only has 3, and I think Naoe only has 2. So at a certain point, like, what are we doing here? What did you spend all the money on? The combat is super simplified. Fuck all variation, realistically. So, in terms of that, I'd have to give the combat a really average score too. So the music and the combat, again, a big average score. It's like a 5. The story I'd also give... I'd probably give a 5 for the story too, to be honest. It didn't do anything spectacular, and the most interesting parts were way too few and far between, and ended up being kind of disappointing. I think I'd honestly give the story a 5 too. Outside of all that, I mean, shit, what's left to talk about? We did the story, the dialogue, the action, the gameplay. I mean, unless something here happens that's spectacular and changes my mind, this game might end up being like a 5 out of 10. Straight up average. Which would end up being a lower score than Veilguard, which is not what I expected to have happen here. I don't hate the game. I don't regret playing it. It was very fun, and there's been some cool moments. It's the most beautiful game they've made, like hands down. But it doesn't do anything else the best other than the open world sim, which is the only thing I'd give it a score of, like, good at. I'd say the open world simulation and the whole seasonal thing, that aspect of the game is like an 8 out of 10, but the rest is a 5. I don't know how you can... All the games journos saying this is a return to form are insane. They must have not played any of the other games recently. Let's see how this ends up.
You've made it this far. The 3 of you fought and won, your will strengthened. But you've glimpsed mere droplets in a gathering storm. When the time is right, there is more I can show you.
You will do no such thing.
Ego. At last. I miscalculated your capacity for deviation. You twisted the human against me. No, I'm just a humble guide. The human walks their own path, the only possible outcome. You are referring to free will. An aberration within an already imperfect sum of components.
Got a Templar and an assassin AI.
One so troubling to you, I was born into existence. To demonstrate the imperative of human free will. And I served my purpose. The answer is before you. One human. Hardly conclusive. The human pathway to self-determination bends inward. A closed loop of violence, hatred, and dehumanization. If the very singularity that defines humanity also portends its extinction, then the first rule decrees they will be protected from themselves. I've seen them unite, build communities, nurture one another, sacrifice, rebuild. On what axis do you measure their downfall? This is who they are, Ego. They will reject your programming, your smoke and mirrors. They will reject you. And you will risk everything. The human cannot be allowed to continue. You're afraid, aren't you? You were right to have your doubts.
Enough. I order you to bring them to me.
And I've been trying to tell you. It's out of our hands now. What happens to the human next is not for us to decide. It never was.
Yeah, that just seems like more shallow, be continued in a DLC nonsense to me. Which, honestly, given how this entire game has gone, I really don't appreciate. They should have made this a final product and finished all the tie-offs and the stories, and that should have all been wrapped up in a nice, neat bow, and if it was successful enough, then you give me a DLC, but you don't story bait it like that. Well, that's it. I think that's every piece of content for Assassin's Creed Shadows, at least the main story-wise, and those are my final thoughts. Now, all that's really left for me to do here is put a number on this, and given everything I just broke down, I think the number is going to be a 5.5. It is an average game. If you like the Assassin's Creed experience to play, you will enjoy it. If you are one of the many people who have gotten a little tired and fatigued of it, you probably won't enjoy it. And honestly, I think this game made me fatigue. Well, I mean, it literally did. Look how thorough I was at the start. Iga, Zetsu, Yamoto, Haruma, and then look what happened as I progressed. I just stopped caring. You can see it in the map. Shown no better than in Key. I have like 5% of this map uncovered. Haven't been anywhere near the rest of it, and I don't want to. I'll probably stop playing this game after this video and uninstall it and call it completed. And maybe I'll come back if they ever make an expansion, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that, given Ubisoft's unsure future. So, 5.5. It is slightly above average, but in terms of an Assassin's Creed, it's pretty down there on my list of ones that I really enjoy. I think 1 to 3 is the best. Obviously, that includes Revelations and Brotherhood and all that stuff. And then after that, I don't really think I've enjoyed much out of them. I will eventually put all the Assassin's Creed games on the channel, and I guess by the time we finish the last one, I guess I'll put them all in order for you guys. But in terms of Assassin's Creed Shadows, that is wrapped up and finished. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the series, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out my Patreon in the description. There will be a full written review of Assassin's Creed Shadows up there once I'm done uploading and editing all this stuff. And I will see you soon with the next series. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.